Let's talk about the power of the community, the power of one united community. I think it's time to really realize that this power it can do absolutely anything. You see what's happening in Seattle, where people were able to just push the police away from one whole area and just take the law in their hands. This is the result of coming together as one community for one purpose, for one goal. Justify on that. The ability to force the hand of the mayor to defund the police of almost $1 billion here in New York City. That's also the power of the crowd, of one single community. The ability to even change the law, to modify the law itself, where there is no more restrictions of gathering and social distancing because we come as protesters now. This is also the result of not a very, very single person as a genius who just decided that it didn't make sense. This was just the power of the community, the power of the crowd. And this power, we know it, we live it for years. This is actually maybe the secret of our survival, us, the Jewish people. Take Israel today. Eretz Israel has about 7 million Jews. 7 million Jews that are surrounded by 370 million Arabs around, which most of them hate at least Israel. Maybe not Jews, but at least Israel. They do not accept to see Israel as a country, as a Jewish country. Imagine, just imagine if they came all together to attack us as one community. We can't imagine the outcome. And I'm not diminishing the Hashgacha Pratit. I'm not saying that this is nothing to do with God. The opposite. Kadosh Baruch Hu is making that miracle possible, that Eretz Israel can strive in technology, in medicine, in almost every aspect, in a growing economy, because they don't attack us as one. Because we have to be that strong community. And this is exactly what is happening in this week's parasha. We have one of our highest leader, Aharon HaKohen, the Kohen Gadol, who passed away. And as an immediate result, outcome of his passing, Vayishma HaKenaani Melech Arad ki Ba'Yisrael. We were attacked. We were attacked by the Kenaani. And Chachamim explain why did this attack follow the death of Aharon? Well, quite simple. Because Moshe Rabbeinu was the reason that we had the man. Miriam was the reason that we had the Be'er, the water. And when she passed away, we lost that Be'er. And Aharon was the reason of the Ananei Kavod. He was the reason that we had this special shield all around us, protecting us from our intruders, from our enemies. And when he passed away, it faded away. The Ananei Kavod lost their power. And let me ask you, why Aharon was the one that had anything to do with the power of protection, with the Ananei Kavod? What does it have to do with his job? And I think that the answer is quite simple. Aharon HaKohen was known, as Chachamim tell us in Pirkei Avot, as the Ohev Shalom Verodef Shalom. He was a person who was chasing peace, which means proactive. He was the one who would always make sure that there will be shalom between a man and his wife, between neighbors, between a mother and her daughter, between business partners. He was that person who was always making sure that we maintained our harmony, our unity, the peace in Am Yisrael. And that disappeared. When he passed away, at least it faded away. This is why he was the reason that we had the Ananei Kavod, that we had this protection, because he was maintaining Am Yisrael strong as one united community. And I think that if there is a lesson that the pandemic and the protests, I think that this is the lesson. You know, the same way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu hit Egypt with makot, with plagues, this is what's happening in the world as well. He first hit us with COVID-19, and then he's hitting us with this terrible revolution, protests. And COVID-19, in my opinion, was not just a makkah, not just a plague, but a lesson. Just like in Egypt, there was always a message behind, where we had to be quarantined and we had to strengthen the bonds of what a family is, to deal with each other as a family, to make our homes stronger. And the second wave, the second makkah, call it a plague if you want, with the protest outside, is to teach us about the extended family, where when we are already inside and strong enough, realize the power that we can have as a community, as our, I would say, second home, second level home. And ask yourselves, as members of the beautiful Sephardic community of New York, known as one of the strongest community in the world, in the Jewish world, what makes us so strong? Is it the fact that we are wealthy, the fact that we are caring, the fact that we are just smart? What is it that makes us so special? And the idea is that we have each other's back. The idea is that we understand the power of community. Look, even in the summer, where we want to go away, we make sure that we go away again as a community. The sense of community is so strong in us, it's in our genes. And this is, I believe, the reason why we are so special, we are so successful, Baruch Hashem. But at the same time, there is a very big question that we must ask ourselves. Why am I interested to be in the community? Why am I attracted to be part of the community? And there are two answers for that. The first answer is because I'm getting all the benefits, because I feel secured, because I feel reassured. Or the second answer, which should be the answer that we have, that is because they are just my extended family, because the neighbor, the person sitting next to me in the Bet Knesset, that the mother of my child's friend, where he goes to school with, they are my brothers, they are my sisters. And the same way that I care about my family, then I care also about my community. And that is the answer that we need to have. V'hei achicha imach. The Torah says that chesed exists because I see the other person as my brother. I see the other person as a person that is just like me, that I love and that I care about. And this is what Aharon HaKohen left behind. Aharon HaKohen is teaching us that peace is not the result of not fighting. Absolutely not. Peace is Ohev Shalom verodef Shalom. Rodef means that we have to chase after it. We have to be proactive. We have to think about, how can I help? How can I be a person that is needed in the community? Because I have to tell you that it's not okay to give kavod to someone else to do chesed for me. I have to feel that for my shul, for my kehillah, for my people, I am here to help. I am here to give. I am here to share. And that is the moment. We cannot miss that momentum, where we have to realize what a community can do. That even though it seems that it's not over, the situation is not really getting so much better in many, many domains. If we fight as one community, then we can do anything. We can achieve absolutely anything, the impossible, because we are Am Yisrael, because we understand that this is the reason that we still exist today. And it's time for us to step up, whichever way that we can contribute. If it's by volunteering, if it's by human resources, if it's by financing, if it's by inspiring, in any way that I can just help because I care about my brother. This is what's going to ensure our community to be always safe, Be'ezrat Hashem, to be always successful, and to Be'ezrat Hashem have a sure future for our children as well. Shabbat Shalom U'Morach.